Evening all. Welcome to Friday night as Organ Music Night. End of the year. Now there will be a concert on Sunday night as well, but that's going to be a more sort of hymns from around the world kind of thing. So tonight is our... Oops. Oh God, I just... caught the overhead camera on the way past there. Good evening. That was not, according to popular opinion, that was not Danny Boy. It wasn't Londonderry Air. It was indeed, as Matt Leach quite correctly said, well done Matt, it was You Raise Me Up, or if you're Italian, Tiramisu, which is very simple. So there you are, You Raise Me Up, a wonderful ballad that came out a few years back and became very, very popular. Apparently there were some kids that performed it in one of those online television talent show things, and it became very, very popular. I know it because I've been singing this piece of music with my choirs for years. I have a lovely choir arrangement, and actually at Christmas time, on Christmas Eve, I played this very piece of music, this arrangement as well, with a flautist, a chap from Herschbach who plays a beautiful flute player. I'm not going to say he's a beautiful person physically. He's an attractive enough kind of guy, but you know what I mean. He's a beautiful flautist. There you are. And he played a few numbers in the service together with me on the organ, and one of them was You Raise Me Up, which we did during the offertory. Get it? You Raise Me Up during the offertory? Good, eh? And we did that. And it went down very nicely. It's not Christmassy as such, but it's a beautiful piece of music. So there you are. There you are. All fun and games. Now tonight we're just gonna have a relaxing, fun night tonight. If you've had any requests, you've probably sent me some. So far I have yes, I've received 2. Well, actually 12 in one and another there, so that's fine. That's good, that's good. Oh, Matt Leach has sent in a request. Well, let's do that, because Matt very kindly earlier this evening, hold on, let me go over here, because I've got my doody dudes, and my doody dudes are on. There you are, there's Matt Leach. And Matt Leach was first this evening, first up with a $10 super chat to say thank you, and for the cauliflower and broccoli soup fund. There. No, thank you, Matt, but thank you very much for your kind donation. That's very kind of you. So, well, I suppose it's up to me now to say Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas time with yours. If maybe you were on your own at Christmas time, well, I hope you also had a wonderful time. After our Christmas Eve service, the big thing in Germany is Christmas Eve. Christmas Day is just a nice day, but Christmas Eve is the big celebration thing. That's when the families get together and have the big meals and fight over the year and all that kind of stuff. You know, what families normally do at Christmas. That's not true. My family never fought at Christmas. I'm sorry. Oh, something in my throat there. No, that's not true, actually. We didn't. All very pleasant indeed. But yes, it's Christmas Eve, and like I say, I was playing the Christmas Eve service in Herschbach together with Jörg on the flute, and at the end of the service I went back down to the sacristy, and the priest was hanging about. He just divested himself and he was hanging about, and we were having a quick chat before we disappeared, and I said, so what are you off to do now? Are you off to see your family? I know he has a sister who has kids and things like that. He says, nope, I have prepared myself a meal, I have decanted a bottle of red wine, I have laid out a cigar. I am going to have a wonderful Christmas Eve all on my own, and I'm going to bloody well enjoy it. His exact words in German, obviously. And I thought for a moment, that sounds very lonely and very sad, doesn't it? But then I thought, no, what a lovely, lovely way to spend a Christmas when you're basically out all Christmas period at church services, at church meetings, at church parties, at church dues, at senior parties, at all these things you have to do, and then suddenly just to have a moment to yourself at Christmas time to enjoy it. Isn't that wonderful? So there you are. So I felt sorry for him at the beginning, but then I thought, no, that's not right. Let's be happy for him. And to all those of you who had to spend Christmas by yourselves, I hope you had a wonderful time and made the most of it. Robert was on his own with his cats. There you are. You see, so you would have had a lovely feline Christmas in that case, which is rather cute indeed. Now, let's have a look. Yes, we had a request there that came in from... it is here. It's here somewhere. I will find it. There it is. I played this a couple of weeks back, but I'm going to play it again because it's really great fun. Matt Leach just requested this in an email, and it's Bring a Torch, Jeanette, or Isabella, or whatever you want to call yourselves. It's an old French carol, which means I can play it in French style, which is perfect because tonight we are using the organ in Düsseldorf, which is a French romantic style organ with its big snappy. That big, snappy, full, bassy, gorgeous French sound. Where's the bear, says my sister. The bear's over there. The bear's over there. There's no room for the bear here. No room. Christmas decorations at the moment. The bear will appear at some point, don't worry. The bear's over there watching me, and another family member is there watching me as well. I'm in a sort of triangle. There's a story behind that, but we'll get to that another time. Right, let's bring some torches, shall we? torch, Jeanette, Isabella. I wonder who Jeanette and Isabella were. Does anyone know? I'm sure you do. Let us know in the old chit chat there. I forgot to press the record button. Let me very quickly. Right. For some reason, my software has updated itself, and it's updated itself in German. The software used to be in English. For some reason, it's updated itself, and I don't know why. Click. Press record. Now, something that wasn't working the other day was that. Oh, that is working now. That's good, which means that is working as well. Not that I need it, but it's working. For some reason, for some reason it wasn't working the other day. Now it is. I've got everything working again. It seems. Fingers crossed it stays that way. Yes, we've even got all the cameras tonight. So yes, fingers crossed, all of that stays. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So, right, here we are. Oh, what the hell is this? I have no idea what this is. This could be good fun, though. This could be good fun. Yellowbird has just sent something funny from 1911. So who knows what that's all about. That could be some good fun stuff. Jim Cascagnette. Hi, Jim. Lovely to hear from Jim. Jim has just become a member. So thank you very much, Jim. That's very kind of you. Exciting things will be happening next year. So if you're a member on one of our membership platforms, be it Patreon or Buy Me a Coffee, a lot more is going to be happening next year. This last year was not the most productive, unfortunately, for well-known reasons. But next year is going to be much better, much more fun. And yeah, and a lot of that fun is going to be thanks to you, and I'll tell you about that in a moment as well. So that's very exciting. So let me just quickly get that out of the way. Let me get back to that. Let me get back to, oh my goodness, we have too many things, man, too many things. There we go. Let me get back to this, and let me get back to this, and back to that, and quickly, let me just do this. Sorry, some housekeeping in the background. Housekeeping in the background, right, that's taking its time for some bizarre reason, so let's ignore that. My goodness, what's this? Matt Leach. Thank you, Matt. Matt has, what's the word we're looking for? He has, what does it say in English there? What does it say in English? I've got this is set up in German as well. So he has gifted, I'm guessing, some memberships to the channel. So thank you very much. There you are. So Joe has got a gift. Joe is already a member. Stefan has been gifted, Moritz has been gifted, Andy the Valley Wood Turner, which sounds kind of cool, and Lucy the Super Tato Bundy Row has also. So thank you very much to Matt, that's very kind. Wow. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun with a piece of music that is neither Christmassy nor anything else particular, but it's just a fun piece of music, and I've played it a million times, but everyone requests this on a regular intervals, and I'm going to dedicate this to Steffi Wunderlich, because Steffi is going to be learning to play this on the organ very soon as well. It's not broccoli. It's not, the broccoli is there, by the way. It's not cauliflower. It's neither of those things. It's something far more exotic. Alexander got it right. The Pineapple Rag by Scott Joplin. A wonderful piece of music. I love it. I've played that for years and years and years and years and years. What about Green Sleeves, says Casey. Well, let's dedicate this to everyone who has a cold in the world. Green Sleeves. There you are. That's a joke, by the way. Cheers. Tasty beverage tonight is water with a splash of lime cordial. Gosh, that's the excitement. And I have something in my eye. Could do the old Tommy Cooper joke, couldn't I? That's my finger. No, but well, there it is. An eyelash. Blow it away and get a wish. Can I please win the Euro lottery tonight? Did I even buy it? Yes, I did. I bought a ticket for this week, so there you are. One never knows. Now then. I'm going to play a tune here that has nothing to do with anything, much like the Pineapple Rag. Nothing to do with anything, but I'm going to play it because I just think it's funny, and I want to say a big hello, and a big thank you, actually, a big hello and a big thank you to our dear friend Joe Humans. And I'm guessing Joe's in the chat tonight because he showed up in Matt's membership gift. So Joe, I'm guessing you're there tonight. Joe had a pretty rough year for obvious reasons, certainly rougher than most of us. And nonetheless, I want to play this piece of music for him. I think I've played it before because it's a fun little piece of music. There's a request from Joe coming later on this evening, which is something very good fun. But this is for Joe, and it's called Happiness is a Thing Called Joe. There you are. It's from 1942. Harold Arlen, I think, wrote this. Happiness is a thing called Joe. And if you didn't know that, it's time you found out. Right, shall we play some Christmas music? It's about time we played some cheese, some Christmas cheese. And Christmas cheese, of course, means we have to play things like... Is this the one? Yes, this is the one. Oh no, that's not the one. Sorry, that's not the one at all. Is it this one? It's this one. And somewhere in here... Ah, there it is. Hold on, here we go. Is it not even in here? Oh, damn it, it's not even in... Yes, it is. There it is. On page 50. There it is. There we are. Right. Now let's turn the winky blinkies off now. We don't need them. A couple of weeks ago, can you do Fats Waller? I can do that very well. I will play some Fats Waller for you, Colin, in a moment. Yes. A couple of weeks ago, someone sent me a Christmas a cornucopia of Christmas crap, is I think the best alliterative way of describing this thing. It's a book with over 100 Christmas tunes, and the anomaly is, nothing wrong with Christmas tunes, but the anomaly is they're all in C major, which is kind of weird. And all of these pieces aren't in C major, but nonetheless, it makes it easy to read, I suppose. But I'm going to transpose it nonetheless because I'm a show-off. And we're going to move to E flat, which I think is probably the original key. And this is one that hasn't actually caught on in Germany this year yet. For a simple reason, we haven't had the weather. There you go. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy... Are we allowed to use these words in this day and age? I'm not sure we are. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of carbon. Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. Hold on a minute. That reminds me of a television show. For when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. I hear Matt Berry coming alive. Oh, Frosty the Snowman was as live as he could be. And the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. Well, whether any of that is true or not, we will never know. Ladies and gentlemen, over to the ticket counter, which literally counts tickets. And so far this evening, we have 4. So there we are. And Stefan Messer was the first in this evening. Stefan, thank you very much. Closely followed by 1 minute later, closely followed by Alexander, of course. Thank you very much to Alexander. And our friend Jörg. Wonderful. Jörg from Switzerland. Thank you very much indeed to Jörg in Switzerland. That's very kind. Lovely to hear from you again. And FB, who... Fabio is his name, so there we are. So thank you to Fabio. That's very, very kind indeed. Very kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's happening over here? So Jim Cascadete joined us as a member. Hold on. Right, let's have a look, see if this is working tonight. Oh my goodness, that's a request and a half. Will that work? It might not. Yes, there it is. Lucian, our friend Lucian down in Texas. Oh, the yellow rose of Texas, where I am going to see. Yes, her not have as much. Yug dugga 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 dug. Yes, the Stan Freberg version of the Yellow Rose of Texas, one of the best recordings ever made. Come on, Mr. Banjo Man, yug dugga 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 dug. Isn't that the most amazing sort of impersonation of a banjo sound? Yug dugga 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 dug. Isn't that just perfect? Yug dugga 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 dug. That's what Stan Freberg decided the banjo players should be doing in the Yellow Rose of Texas. Thank you very much to the Goodsons. Thank you for your request. Oh, not tonight, Josephine, as they say, but wow. And oh my God, that is the most amazing piano arrangement of that. There's not a snowball's chance in hell of that being playable on the organ. Let me just tell you for that. But I do have an organ version of this piece. So yes, I'll get that ready and practiced up at some point. Gosh, that's going to be good fun. Yeah, I practice my huge, enormous. What you have to do is you have to practice things looking at your thumb. It's quite difficult to do. Horowitz was the guy who used to who was able to do this very, very well. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's play a G major scale, but what I'm going to do, I'm not going to go dum 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 dum. I'm going to go here G, then it's impossible to do without practicing. Yeah, you play alternate notes and alternate octaves, and when you do it really fast, which I'm not going to be able to do tonight, I don't think. No, I can't do it. You have to practice it. What you have to do is watch you watch your 2 thumbs. You watch this. So your thumbs are basically doing this. That's what your thumbs are doing. So you're watching your thumbs doing it, but you're playing in octaves, and it sounds incredibly difficult. It is incredibly difficult. Let me quickly change that. It is incredibly difficult. But when you practice it and you do it, it looks really good and it sounds amazing. So there you are. What's that got to do with anything? When I play Lucian's request in about 400 years' time, you'll understand. Andy the Valley Wood Turner, thank you very much to you. Frohe Weihnachten und einen guten Rutsch translates as Merry Christmas and slide into New Year and a happy slide into the New Year, sort of to slide into the New Year. So in other words, Happy New Year in advance, which is kind of cool. There you are. Right. Fats Waller, said Colin. Right, let's do some Fats Waller. We're very spontaneous tonight. There's no official program tonight. For two reasons. One, I couldn't be bothered, and secondly, I really couldn't be bothered. That's not true. Of course, I could always be bothered, but no, tonight's just going to be a spontaneous end-of-year chit-chat. Sit down, get together. I hope you've all got something to drink and eat. And let's go. What shall we do? Fats Waller. What shall we do? Let's have a look. Let's have something different from Fats Waller. Hold on. Let's have a dig through the old booklet here, and I know what we'll do actually. Let's ignore the book. Let's ignore the book completely. Let's ignore the book. Let's do something that Fats Waller did very rarely. Do something in a boogie woogie style. This is his alligator crawl, at least I hope it is. And the alligator crawl is famous for its middle part, which many years later, sort of 50 years later, was stolen by a certain Mr. Terry Jones. If you know who he is, you'll know what I'm talking about. Get ready then for this. The Alligator Crawl. Piece of music there by Mr. Thomas Fats Waller. Joe has sent one small donation. Thank you very much to Joe for one small donation. Very kind indeed. Keep them coming, folks. Don't forget, even at this time of year, the goose still is getting fat. Please put a penny in the old man's hat. Ah. Getting old. Getting old. You know, Vanessa and I realised this year we're getting old. Well, she isn't. She's much younger than I am. But I'm obviously dragging her down with me to my aged state. And I realised this year that I'm getting old. I was very pleased that my mother-in-law bought me this jumper for Christmas. That's become a tradition now. She buys me a jumper for Christmas. I was so happy because I'm running out of jumpers. That was good. I got a nice jumper. Thank you. And I got some hand soap and some hand cream. Now, I don't use hand cream. I think that's disgraceful. I've never creamed or oiled or anything in my hands ever, which is why they're rough as a badger's arse. No, that's not true, actually. I've never done a hard day's work in my life, which is why they're still nice and soft. I suppose that's the way to describe it. But we got some sort of fancy hand soap in a squirty bottle thing. And I looked at this and I thought, oh, that's really good. I've always been wanting something like that. And deep inside, there was no sarcasm. I did actually think, that's nice, sort of fancy hand soap for the bathroom. And then when I got home later that night, Vanessa sort of looked at me and she said, oh, when we got home, sorry, she looked at me and she said, were you being serious about the soap? I said, yeah, I think that's great. And she said, you're getting old. Stop it. And I thought, oh God, she's right. I am. I'm getting old. I'm getting all excited about things like soap. I'm getting all excited about things like socks next. God. No. Mustn't. Joe, there you are, Joe. As rough, if you never heard that before, Joe, as rough as a badger's arse. That's a wonderful expression. It usually refers to a lady who drinks and smokes too much and then goes out of an evening and still thinks she's 17, you know, that kind of thing. Of course, you're over there, rough as a badger's arse. Anyway, right, anyway, never mind. Let's move on. Let's move on. Not many requests coming in tonight. We have, however, had one of these requests, a bizarre request here. And yeah, let's have a look at this. This is really bizarre. George Meyer wrote this, and Joe Goodwin wrote the words. Down in Perkins' barnyard every Saturday night. Oh, what a sight, moon shining bright. You're not going to believe what's coming next. All the Reubens get together, filled with delight, and they dance and sway while the fiddles play. Look at Sally Simpkins over there with her bow. He's not so slow, just see them go. All the folks go crazy when they prance, they try. They could dance till they die. You'd get shot on the spot if you stopped that turkey trot. Now, the turkey trot is actually an official dance, believe it or not, like the Charleston or the Black Bottom or something like that. Now, the turkey trot is not what you get 2 days after Christmas from eating leftover turkey. That's the turkey trots, plural. That's something very, very different. This is the turkey trot. It's a dance. And apparently there's a tune and it's called I'm Crazy About the Turkey Trot. I don't know it, but let's find out. The chorus, by the way, goes gobble, gobble, while the music's playing, hobble, wobble, let your feet go swaying. Babe, this sure is going some. I just feel like crowing hun. Slower, faster, not the way you used to. God, that's a strange way of writing that. You're a chicken. I'm a great big rooster. Cackle, cackle, crackle, crackle. Sigh with me and try with me to crack your wings and fly with me. Great Scott, tell you what, I'm crazy about the turkey trot. Right. don't know how to make a gobble gobble noise on an organ. How do you make a gobble gobble noise on an organ? Maido from Estonia. Maido, thank you very much. I haven't seen Maido from Estonia for a long time. Into the old man's hat, it says there. Thank you very much, Maido. The old man's hat says, thank you. Splendid, splendid. Reminds me of a Frankie Valli song, says cameratim.com. And Jim claps. And Mike is putting up some addresses. Gosh. Right then. There we are. I've had a bizarre piece of music. What's that? Oh, that's something I had to do on Christmas Eve. I had this with me on Christmas Eve, so probably not a good idea to play that tonight. That was something Latin that I had to do on Christmas Eve. All good fun. Let's have another Christmassy number. Unless, hold on, let me just very quickly check we're not missing out on a request or two here. Gosh, very bizarre. Ooh, could we do this? I'm sure we could do this. I think I have a different version of that. What's this? This looks pretty good fun. Shall we put it in our Winky Blinky thing? Yes, I'll put it in my Winky Blinky thing right now. Let's have a look. Right. We'll come to that in a moment then. What on earth? Can I find the music for this? Right, hold on. Someone's requested something without the music. Bear with me for a second while we go and dig out the music. What was your favorite moment from 2024? Not in general, but regarding music here or membership of the Gartshore gang or anything during any of our stuff that we do here. What was your favorite moment of the year? If you can remember that far back. And while you're talking about that, I'm going to have a look. That's the one we're looking for. Right, let's see if we can find a copy of that. Ha! Look what I found. Look what I found. Look what I found. Right, splendid. Save that. Head over to there and press that button, press that button, press that button, and boom! It should move on to there. Joe says nothing or everything. František says definitely watch you suffering playing the Bugatti step. I think I must play that again. Yeah. Julian says you, Fraser, and Jerry and Aaron. Yeah, that was fun. That's exactly almost a year ago now, isn't it? That was January last year when Aaron and Jerry came to visit. That was a wonderful weekend. That was really good fun. Lucy says finding this channel and hitting the subscribe button. Lucy, that yes, thank you. That's it. There you are. That's actually the correct answer that you should all have said. Wonderful. I love it. Lovely, lovely. Something's up, says Joe. Can you tell? However, right, let's move on to this first of all, because I think this is absolutely hilarious. Lucian. Now, Lucian sent me a request earlier. In fact, I'll tell you what it is. Lucian sent me this as a request. Very Christmassy, I think you will agree. The Ride of the Valkyries, very, very Christmassy. So yeah, and there's not a snowball's chance in hell of me sight reading that tonight. All that kind of stuff. Anyway, that needs proper practicing. So that's not happening. He then, because I then said, forget it, snowballs, etc. And he came up with something. He came up with something else. And let me just quickly check out the email again. The email of this This is a piece of music by one of my favorite composers, Hoagy Carmichael. Now, Hoagy Carmichael wrote all sorts of wonderful music. Actually, let me just briefly do this. Joe's favorite moment of the year was waking up after surgery. What did you do to me? What did I do to you? I didn't do anything to you, my good sir. No, that's true. Joe's year started off with incredible heart surgery, open heart surgery, and he survived it like a trooper, though. Good for you, Joe. Anyway, back to Lucian here. Lucian sent me an email. He says here, I've heard you play a lot of Hoagy Carmichael, but I have never heard this, nor have I. The song is famous for being in the Guinness Book of Records as the song with the longest title. Colon. I'm a cranky old yank in a clanky old tank on the streets of Yokohama with my Honolulu mama doing those Beto, Beto, flatten my Cito, Hiro Hito blues. Right, I think we need to get the rhythm to this. I'm a cranky old yank in a clunky old tank and I'm headed for a hullabaloo. No, that's not the one. We want the proper... Where's the actual... Oh gosh. It's definitely a wartime tune. It's definitely a wartime tune. And it's obviously for the troops, for the American troops who decided to go and bomb the smithereens out of Japan. And it's history, folks. Let's not forget it. And this piece of music, I'm a cranky old yank in a clanky old tank. So I'm guessing he was taking the mickey a little bit out of what was going on there. Anyway, I have no idea what this piece of music is like, so let's find out. Let's make some clanky tank noises, shall we? A good old, a good old, you know what I mean, a good old song that happens to be from the wartime. There you are. Right, back to Christmas. Christmassy tunes. We've been looking for this couple of weeks, and here it is, staring me right in the face. You might recognize this. Do-do-do-do-dum, do-dum, do-do-do-do-do-dum, do-dum, do-dum, do-do-do-do-do-dum, do-dum, do-dum, do-do-do-do-do-dum, do-dum, do-dum, diddly-dee-da-da-da-dee-da-dee. Is that you, Santa Claus? I'm not going to try to do a Louis Armstrong impression, but there you are. That's a very short version of That You, Z-A-T, That You, Santa Claus, by Louis Armstrong back in the day. Yeah, it's got a bit of the sort of the St. James Infirmary blues to it. I think Tim said something to do a bit of Minnie the Moocher. Yes, it does have a bit of that, doesn't it? When we're going to do Louis Armstrong at Christmas time, however, we absolutely have to do... Christmas or winter time, depends which part of the world you're from and what time of year it is, in New Orleans. Christmas time in New Orleans. A wonderful Louis Armstrong classique. Wonderful tune, actually. And yeah, definitely good fun. Definitely good fun. Right, over to here. What's been happening since I last looked? Absolutely nothing has been happening since I last looked. So Mido was the last person to buy a ticket over 20 minutes ago. Thank you again to you. Don't be shy, folks. Don't be shy. You'll never know. And another, oh, yes, right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's 11:30. I'm going to press this button, I'm going to press this button, I'm going to press that button, and the world is going to change. And the speed of incredibly fast processors is going to take us from Dusseldorf to, boom, shall we just say Detroit for the sake of asking. And there it is. And let me just make sure that this is all working. Looking good, looking good. Check this out. Ah. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're in theatre organ land, which means we can have some fun. lot of the old jingly bells there. And yes, this organ actually has something called tuned sleigh bells. Tuned sleigh bells. Hold on, there's some stops there. Sleigh bells that are actually tuned. I think down here on no, there are no sleigh bells down on this. Should be normal. We've got castanets, we've got a tambourine, drums, but we don't have sleigh bells down there. We should have sleigh bells. We've got bells here. Oh. And there's that thing. We've got a doorbell, but I think the doorbell should go ding dong. Ah, it's that kind of thing. Everybody out! Everybody out. Jan! A concert from Jan. All the more on the last Friday of 2024. Thank you. And who this? Here's Willie Galloway, second last ticket of 24. Well spotted. Overdosing on Toblerone and coffee. Wow. That's quite a dangerous sounding mix. Toblerone and coffee. Well, why not? Oh. Sorry, I'm quickly checking. Ah, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for my vibraphone. I have a piano and a vibraphone here. Get off, piano. Lionel Hampton, eat your heart out. Why are you talking about ancient computing there in the chat? Have you nothing better to do? Ancient computing. Right, to the jazzy world, I think. To the jazzy world. Let me just make sure we're not missing out on all sorts of things here. Ooh, alrighty then. We are missing out on things. Let's have... Okay, that's good. We need all these theatre organy sounds for this kind of thing. Here's a piece of music from the 40s called You'll Never Know. Yes, there you are. You'll never know. You'll never know. A wonderful tune from years and years and years and years and years and years and years ago. An awfully long time ago. Let's have this. Need some different registrations for this one, though. I only got 2 sets of registrations so far on this organ because they're just so huge, you know. Oh, check this out. Right, actually, we could. Yeah, that's what we kind of want there. 1950. Oh, hold on, we've got it in the request. 1953. I was almost right. I said 1950. Our friend Yellowbird has just bought some coffees over on Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you very, very much indeed. That's very kind. Actually, let me make sure I'm not missing out on anything over on the other thing. I've got access to things again, but Vanessa's deleted. What happened? So I don't know what happened. There we are. There's the, yep. Oh, Jeffrey Ford in sunny London-on-Sea. Thank you very much indeed as well. Has been busy on the Stripe thing, so thank you very much. Very kind. Very, very kind. It worked today. It works perfectly today. That's good fun. Joe with his green hearts. Where do you get the... Well, that's weird. Look at that. Is that... Look. They're see-through. Check that out. See-through hearts. Check that out on the screen. See-through. On my screen, they're green. There you are. On the chat, they're green, but they're see-through. How cool is it? Of course they're see-through because I've got a green screen in the background. How cool is that? Here's a piece of music from 1953. Cry Me a River, with a little bit of cheese thrown in for a good show. Excuse me, it's very dry in this house at the moment, and I don't just mean temperature-wise, it's very dry because there's no bloody alcohol in here either. Cheers, everybody. Cheers also, thank you also to Lucian there for your stripiness. Stripe isn't working for Lucian today. It's working for others today, so that's good, but it's weird. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And I'm not sure there's anything I can do to make it work. So I can't help you there, I'm afraid. But thank you nonetheless. Very kind, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we're getting close to the deadline. Now, what's happening in the next couple of days, weeks, months, years, and etc., etc.? Well, on Sunday, we're of course having a usual Sunday concert. It's the end of the month, so it will be hymns from around the world. So it can be Christmassy. Christmassy hymns from around the world. Do you have any Christmassy hymn requests? You know where to send them. Send them to the usual email address, and we shall see what we can do. That will be Sunday. And then there won't be a live concert on the 31st, but there will be a recorded concert on the 31st on New Year's Eve. Featuring, of course, etc., etc., right? That's going to be on Tuesday night. So we're going to have, well, there's tonight, then there's Sunday, then there's Tuesday. So yes, that's the final concerts of the year. And then at the beginning of July, we're going to take one weekend off. I hope you don't mind. We're just going to have a weekend off, relaxing and catching up on, well, I don't know, things that other people do on Friday night. What do other people do on Friday night? I don't know. So that's what we're going to do. So I hope you don't mind. And that's better. And then, of course, we will get straight into the new year with lots of goodies. Now, in the new year, lots of different things will be happening again. Two things are very exciting. We're going to go back to basics. In other words, we're going to be oot and about again, recording proper organs in proper churches again. And yes, those videos will be in English and in German. Long format videos demonstrating organs in churches, both in English and in German. So that's coming back. We have an idea of how many we want to do next year. We obviously won't be able to do weekly like we used to, but that will gradually increase again as the residents of the Gartshore gang household here get older. At least the young ones, as they get older, we will be able to get back out and about doing more stuff again, which is absolutely wonderful. That will obviously include going out and, well, not just visiting organs for that kind of thing, but it will also include visiting organs to record, well, it's a piano, individual pipes for sampling reasons. My goodness, we have a long list of organs to be sampled. Now, talking of sampling, my original plan was to have the organ of my first sample set, shall we say, my first sample set finished by the end of this year, by the end of, well, around Christmas time this year. No chance, absolutely no chance. It's an incredibly time-consuming process. It's a frighteningly time-consuming process. It's not a difficult process at all, but it's an incredibly time-consuming process, and I underestimated it completely. Now, having said that, this first sample set, it's coming. It is coming. Don't worry, it is coming, and it will be spot on. It's a little organ, but it will be absolutely perfect. It will be coming. It will be coming very soon, hopefully. And the good thing is, because this has been a very steep learning curve for this first one, afterwards the learning curve will sort of soften off. So it will be a lot quicker. Maybe not a lot, but it will be definitely quicker and more refined, what's the word I'm looking for? More efficient in the future getting sample sets done. My plan for next year is to get at least 2 sample sets done. Now, one of them is in the pipeline and it's big. Oh my God, it's big. It's getting on for 100 stops. It's getting on for 100 stops. It's big. And there you are. Don Prince said a ton of sampling organs too. Yeah. So, and that's going to be a very time-consuming process. But yeah, I'm going to take my time because I want it to be perfect. And I think you would all agree that we would rather have perfection than just chuck them out fast. That doesn't work. So that's going to be happening. That's going to be really exciting. Now, the other one that I plan for next year is, well, I'm not going to say too much about it, but let's just say it's very, 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 very good. I'm not going to say any more than that. It's a really good organ, a really very, I mean, all of them are, the ones I'm going to be doing. Don't worry about it, all of them are. But this one is just stunning. I also have, and I hope to get it at least recorded next year, a very, very original Baroque organ in perfectly original condition. And it's an unknown organ. Not many people know about it. And it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous in untouched original Baroque condition. And why nobody knows about this instrument, I don't know. It hardly gets played ever, which is an absolute shame, but it's still in perfect working order. So that is going to be at least recorded next year. We might be able to turn it in, it's not a very big organ, but we might be able to turn it into a sample set as well, so that'd be amazing. So there's going to be a lot of exciting things happening next year. Now, in the background, I said it earlier when I was talking about Jim joining us on Patreon there. There's going to be a lot more content for our members, for our Patreon members, our Buy Me a Coffee members, our YouTube members, etc., etc. There's going to be a lot more there. Things have calmed down a lot this year after the well, depressing things that happened over the last couple of years. Just hit the nail on the head with it. No point beating about the bush there. But next year promises to be a more positive year, and we will definitely be doing a lot more for our members in the background. So thank you so much for your continued support over the years, plural. And you know who you are. And yeah, here's to a wonderful 2025. What are we going to finish off with now? Let's finish off with let's have a look, see if there's anything in that list of goodies there. I know what we'll finish off with. Here's a jazzy version of And a partridge in a pear tree. The 12 Days of Christmas, I think I got, did I get all 12? I can't remember. Did I get all 12? I was trying to concentrate there and it wasn't really working the way I wanted it. D flat major, the loveliest key to play tenths in. Did you spot me with my tenth? Oh, actually, hold on, let me do that again. There. Tenths, so a D flat at the top, there's a D flat, and yeah, so a nice tenth there. Nice and comfortable, even using 1 to 4 there, finger-wise. Nice and comfy. Works on that one as well, which is rather handy. It also works there, believe it or not, which is useful for certain French pieces of music. Stretch your hands out, folks, to get your tenths. It's easy. Some people have got huge hands and they can land a tenth. And while I've got this on here, the hardest tenth to do is B natural to D sharp. That's a very difficult one to do. Yeah. Same thing with B flat to D. It's a very, if you don't have big hands, it's a very difficult thing to do. Oscar Peterson now, I've told you this before, but I'll show you this here. There's an octave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Octave, so an eighth, a ninth, a tenth, okay? That's no problem at all. Now, people with very big hands can sometimes get an 11th comfortably. I can't, not even on the, well, just about on the edge there. There you are, I can just about get it on the edge. I can hold an 11th if I have to. I could hold it, yeah? But there you are. A 12th is fairly impossible. Not many people can do that. And this, a 13th. So that's almost 2 octaves. That would be 2 octaves. That is the size of Rachmaninoff's hand. That was the size of Fats Waller's hand. And he never admitted it, but it was also the size of Oscar Peterson's hand. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Imagine being able to comfortably do this kind of thing. There's wonderful recordings of Oscar Peterson doing this. Legato with his left hand alone. So, all in tenths. All of that with one hand, legato. Can you believe that? My God. Yeah, crazy, crazy, crazy. One of these days, when I was younger, I stretched my hands a lot. Because I always wanted to be able to play Fats Waller style music, yeah, with his tenths. So I used to stretch my left hand as much as I possibly could. And my problem is that I have a very short thumb, genetic thing, a very short thumb. And my thumb was slightly longer, then that would be a very comfortable tenth, and I could probably even get that one there. The right hand can only get what you would call black tenths, I suppose, or mixed tenths like that. But not all of them. Even this ninth here, which you need for Pièce Héroïque, is kind of difficult. Stretchy, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Let's finish off with a piece of music. Shall we finish off with a Christmassy piece? Shall we finish off with a Christmassy piece? What are we in the mood for? We had a late minute request there from Joshua. Can I find a different version of it? I can find a different version of it, but I think we'll do that on, let's do that on Sunday. All right, Joshua, let's do that on Sunday, because that's a lovely piece of music and it'll give me a chance to have a quick look at it for Sunday. Why is it not changing pages for me? Oh, there it is now. This is a choir arrangement, wow. Yeah, let's do that for Sunday. Let's just say it's that. So that will come on Sunday for Joshua. Yeah, let's do that. That'll be good fun. Yeah. Try to think of something Christmassy we haven't done yet, because we've done most of the Christmas things. There's not much New Year's music, is there? You can tell we're not very well organized tonight. Is there any New Year's music apart from dum dum da dum dum dee 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 dim dee dim dim dee? Actually, I know what we'll do. Vanessa would be very proud of me. See you Sunday, folks. Here you are, little German Christmas, German children's Christmas tune, a Christmas German children's tune, Christmas children's tune from Germany, whatever you want to call it. In der Weihnachtsbäckerei. Copyright hell is coming my way for that. But nonetheless, all good fun. We had to do it. I think Ursa will have enjoyed that immensely. That's it, folks, for tonight. See you on Sunday. There will be a program on Sunday. It won't be quite so spontaneous. And I look forward to some tickets on Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. We had all of 7 tickets this evening. I'm not complaining. I'm very, very grateful to all of you. Very generous. We had a couple of extras over there, of course, as well. So I'm very, very grateful to all of you. Thank you very much indeed. But don't forget, without your help, none of this is possible. None of this is possible. Thank you very much indeed. I hope you have a wonderful Saturday until then, and we'll see you on Sunday night. Here's a version of the Bye Bye Blues.